The young lady I met last night, I don't know her name. I didn't recall her name, I should say, sorry. But she was telling me, and we were just in conversation waiting for the show. And she was waiting there too, and she'd mentioned she's a wrestling fan. I said, oh, that's great, whatever. And then she says, I went down to the Team 3D Academy. Mm-hmm. They just had me come and look. I observed. Mm-hmm. Yep. I observed and all like that. And she was very impressed with what she saw. And it's something that she wants to do. But I just thought that was interesting. You had that when she came down, it wasn't like, the whole pitch, here's what we do like this. You'll answer any questions, but it was like, look, we just want you to watch what's going on. And it's that, a lot of times that'll happen when someone new comes into the building that wants to say, hey, we want to try this.
It's a fine line because like when they're walking in for the first time, they're obviously fans. And I'm not a big fan of letting fans watch what we do for any length of time, but it also does help the process of whether people want to sign up or not. They come in and they see how serious the school is, and they say, yeah, this is something that I want to be a part of. You're being trained in a real ring by the actual, guy. You're being trained by Bubba and D-Von. Our personal trainer that we have there is a gentleman named Dan Carr. I don't know if that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
He's the guy that invented American Gladiators. Wow. He's the guy that trained all of the original American Gladiators. So the guy knows what he's doing as far as, training guys and, in the gym.
Is that someone you met when you were doing this, or you guys known him?
Known him for a long time.
Yeah.
Known him for a long time. So it really is like the one-stop shopping, Home Depot for, guys and girls that, aspire to be pro wrestlers. So we do let them watch for a little while, and then they can go home and make their decision.
Have you had to cut people loose? Like just say to them, this isn't, what? Were they, not so much them like being like, I can't do this. I mean, there's so many students, so I don't think it's a negative at all. I just was curious, like, have you had to deal with that with somebody?
I think we may have thrown out 3 or 4 since the day we opened, just because they were bad eggs, disrespectful, or it just wasn't the right fit. But
because I would think that would be the hardest one if it wasn't the right, just because they might be passionate and they may try.
Nobody gets thrown out for that. We've had students there that have been there 3-4 years that are never going to make it. But I'm not going to tell them they're never going to make it. If they want to continue, I'm not going to break their, I'm not going to be the one that, piss on their parade or break their dream. If they want to continue to come,
But how do you deal with that too?
You just train them the best you possibly can.
But do you don't throw them out, but do you say to them then, like, wow,
nope,
this is
not unless they ask.
Okay.
If they ask me, if they ask me, Bubba or D-Von, what are the chances that I'm going to make it? I'm going to be quite honest with them. Mm-hmm. But the answer that I give them is like the answer I give everybody. You never know. There are guys that look phenomenal that haven't made it just because they weren't in the right place at the right time.
And that's another thing too, because someone told me about this part of it. Someone too, of course they want to be a wrestler, but how about a manager or a referee or a valet or something along those lines, which people have still, even to this day, not as much, but still have made some type of careers out of those.
We have all those in our school. There's one kid right now who came in, he's about, I'd say 5'5", 5'6", maybe 120 pounds, and he wanted to be a wrestler. And he came to us one day and he said, I don't know if I have it in me physically to do this. And we said, no problem. Why don't you try to do this? And right now he's training to be either a manager and a referee. There's other jobs in wrestling. Not everybody has to be a pro wrestler, Right. And we try to train them for, you still get the full training. You still get the entire package. We just kind of customize it to something else. So instead of learning how to wrestle, that guy is learning how to talk and referee on a daily basis, as opposed to doing a side headlock takeover and an arm drag.
2 things and then it'll be done. Are you guys running shows? Do you want to run shows? If you haven't, I don't know. So I don't know about this, so that's why I'm ignorant.
We have run shows. Okay. We have run about half a dozen shows. We have done shows at the Seminole Harley Davidson during Bike Week. And we also do work with a charity called Hope for a Single Mom, where we do a big charity event once a year. So yes, we do. Running shows takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and D-Von's got a family. I have my own personal life. We've both been wrestling for so long, so I don't know if we exactly want to, have our own indie.
But a show here and there.
A show here and there. We're a wrestling school. We concentrate on training wrestlers. They can always fly away from the coop and go work on the indies if they want to work on shows.
And I would think, too, because of what you guys have been able to do, that the two of you pick up the phone and call anybody, or people are just calling you up to see, like you said before, even saying, like, we need this 6'5" or this, we need 6'1", whatever it is. That's something that you have that others cannot offer.
We have open lines of communication with every major company out there, but we do not call unless there is somebody real special to call about.